my goodness. Wow, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. They stole a run. You have got to be kidding me. Javi Baez. Keep going. Go.
Both check away, and now the counter. Here come the Caps. Kuznetsov gets loose. Evgeny coming down the middle. A shot, and it comes in over. He scores! He scores!
And they start with a horrible snap all the way back to the 2-yard line, and the Browns bouncing into the end zone where they wind up with a touchdown. Of all crazy things, you don't go into the playoffs for 18 years, and that is the way it starts in the first 14 seconds.
Welcome to another live edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline in the BPTV studio, 5100 West Library Avenue. Police are right across there. They escorted Smokin' Jim in today. So we appreciate he made it. And KFC, they kept their 8-piece dark meat for $10, sale up again. So he brought the bucket into his car, and he said, don't do close-ups on him, Linda. He got Kentucky Fried Grease, not barbecue on him. Sorry for that little non-disclaimer. Thank you for watching us on Facebook. Sorry about last week. We had a glitch that nobody could solve the issue there. Tonight we got a full studio. I'll let Smokin' Jim mention everybody's name because he likes to suck up to them, and he doesn't know what they do. But other than that, we're doing good, so we can interact tonight. And Paul Haley's watching from South Carolina. Ann Harder said to her grandson, "Happy 16th birthday, Michael. Have a great." Right. She put "have a great shoe."
So he does have nice shoes.
Yeah, and we got that out, so a couple people are watching. YouTube, we're at 411. Facebook, we're right about knocking at the door on 7,500, so we appreciate all of you tuning in. We have a lot of great sports coming up. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Smokin' Jim Frazier, Mike Ragin' Rohde, Brand the Man, the Penguin Man. He's here. And we got a special occasion. I don't know, I'm a little sentimental. And I don't know, Linda, or no, you know what? Chance is back. I need a close-up on happy Michael Mariano's 16th birthday.
Happy birthday, Mikey!
Mike, we need you to come out because we're going to cut the cake with you.
I want one of them balloons.
You're not getting one. You got extra. You got a rose last week. Michael, please come out.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. We got to give you the first slice. Whoa, I'm glad I brought my big butcher knife.
You know what's really cool about this now? I get a new designated driver.
Oh, man, that's right. That's right.
Wow.
That's awesome.
There is nowhere I'd rather be celebrating.
Whoa, just for that, you get the first piece with a balloon.
He's gonna be fighting with Smokin'
I like
Jim.
your Cincinnati Bengals shirt.
Hey, what? No, it's orange, black, Buffalo Park.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he doesn't understand the Blackhawks. Way to go, Michael. Happy 16th. Get back in there and do the control room. What are you doing out here? Get back in there. All right, I got cake for everybody. I got to try to save a piece for Drew. He's back. He wishes Michael a happy birthday. And all right, Smokin', we'll pull one out for you.
All right. Purple people eaters.
Okay, we won't.
Throw that
Oh,
away.
no, don't do that. Don't do that.
When you criticize it,
No, I like it. I like it.
It's not green. Don't throw it.
we'll get to it. A little bit of fun. Mike, you want
sir.
a piece of cake?
I
Might
got
have
a
half of that,
biggie.
maybe a third of
I
that.
got a biggie.
You watching your figure?
Yeah,
Okay.
watching my girlish figure.
I can respect that. Whoa.
That's plenty.
This is one of the thinnest cuts I've ever made. Chance, you want a slice? You
What?
watch- he's working out. When's your next
He
fight?
always works out.
Okay.
What's
All
that?
right, Brand the Man.
What's
Come
that?
on, peace.
Couple Fridays.
Please, please, and thank you.
Oh, yeah?
Can we say where you're at? Steel City Martial Arts?
It's just like a sparring.
It's right on 88. We like promoting our volunteers here.
You going against
Linda,
your dad
do you want a
again?
small piece? All right, I'm taking a piece with a. I got to take the green. All right, I got the green. We got that out of the way. Hey, thank you. Please watch our promos and support us with our promos. They're out there helping others. And, I'm all about the nonprofits and events in our area. So check that out. We'll be back after oh, man, wait.
That's good.
Magnifique. 10 sec. No, promo time.
Hello, this is Mr. Bold with your Bethel Park Minute for Halloween Week 2025. No Cook Tuesdays continue this week from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Bethel Park Community Center. Rowdy Barbecue, Hoshi Food Truck, and Yobi's Hot Dogs will be in the parking lot at Park Avenue Playground. Bethel Park Trick or Treat will take place on Halloween this Friday, October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. The Bethel Park Police remind you to please be cautious if you need to drive on the road during these hours. And save the date for the TV and electronics recycling event that is scheduled for Saturday, November the 8th. The collection will take place from 10 to 2 in the Wave Pool parking lot. This is a free collection event with the exception of items containing Freon or coolant, which will require a cash or check payment of $25. The Bethel Park Historical Society is collecting donations for the Wreaths Across America program. You can sponsor a wreath for $17. Checks can be sent to Bethel Park Historical Society, 2600 South Park Road, Bethel Park, PA 15102. For more information, please email the Historical Society. This has been Mr. Bold with your Halloween Week 2025 Bethel Park Minute.
Frank Fanera, owner of Olive Oil's Pizzeria and the Hillcrest Shopping Center on Route 88. Call them at 412-831-1900. Every Tuesday night, Olive Oil's Pizzeria provides the host and the amazing volunteer crew with an XL pepperoni pizza and a full steak hoagie. They are delicious. Olive Oils is proud to support Pittsburgh Sportsline and the volunteers at BPTV. Stay Joey strong. Joey Fabus died at 8 years old of brain cancer known as DIPG. Since then, the family has come together with community members to create the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit. Since being founded, they've raised over $100,000. Go to jfccf.org to learn more about DIPG, to help spread awareness, and to see how else you can support and donate towards the fight against this dreaded brain cancer. Always Be Smiling, a 501c3 designed to help children and families in need of kidney transplants. The B stands for Bennett, whose memory is embedded in this organization by his parents, Kristen and Dean. Despite the challenges he faced in his 16 and a half years of life, Bennett always had a smile on his face and spread kindness to everyone he could. Now, Always Be Smiling wants to pass on that kindness. Go to alwaysbesmiling.org to learn more and see how you can support or donate to this organization. The Bethel Park Community Foundation has money for you. I'm Al Levine, trustee on the board of this great organization. The BPCF focuses on raising money to provide scholarships, grants, endowments, and more. Grant requests are available online from $100 to $5,000. You can also attend fundraisers or donate. Go to bpcf.org to get more information and to stay up to date on upcoming events. The Bethel Park Community Foundation, focusing community resources, building for the future. The Bethel Park Historical Society is a 501c3 that serves Bethel Park. The Historical Society operates out of the Schoolhouse Arts and History Center, located at 2600 South Park Road. Look for the red and white trolley right out front. Reginald's Coffee is inside, and I've heard it's the best coffee around. To visit this great historical venue, email historicalsocietybp@gmail.com. Thank you for watching those promos. I appreciate it. All right, we got a list of people watching. Hey, I'm so glad we're back on Facebook this week. We're going to have our little promos like we did. We'll have our segments. It went rather well because, you know, I can talk, so we guided each other to it without a 10-second delay. So we ran through it pretty good, but we'll appreciate 10 seconds in the promos there. And let's see. Alyssa Esplin is watching. Hey guys, good evening. Good evening back, and thanks for tuning in. Diane Mariano Rohde's watching.
Who's that?
Be nice. That's your wife, Johnny Mariano, who came in here. He was hanging at the studio, so I guess he's watching now. Nick Rohde's watching.
Who's that?
I'm waiting for Peggy to tune in. That's all there right now. All right. Hey, thanks for watching those promos. Appreciate that. And everybody liked the cookie cake. And that was from Market District. Had a nice young lady. I said, they go, what color do you want? I go, this is sort of a Halloween theme because Halloween's in a few days.
Good thinking. Good thinking.
And that's why I do it for Smoking Jim. A little compliment rubs the big ego. Wait, I can't get it in, but yeah. And the nice young lady come out and she goes, you need anything else? I go, no, we just needed that and it looks beautiful. I said, thank you. So thank you to that. We got that done. All right, we got to do What's on Your Mind? Smoking Jim, non-pirate. Man.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
relish.
You got to see Levine. You know I ain't dropping my relish, brother. I cannot find these. They're so hard to find. It's like finding diamonds.
Drew's back in town. He said to say hi. So he's been back 3 weeks, and we've seen 6 movies at AMC Theater. I can't recall all of them, but a couple were good. And I go back there, and they had a fully stacked mustard, ketchup, relish.
Wow, and you only got 3 packs, huh?
I got 15.
Oh, he's saving. He can't give them all at once.
Yeah.
He's got to spread those out.
Hey, I want to give a couple shout-outs to Al Levine, the talking machine.
Okay, that's enough. You shouted out. Come on.
We got Linda here. We got a full crew. We got my man Chance here. We got Mikey here. We got Marco here. Congratulations, Bethel Park, on their win over Peters Township.
Oh, I was an announcer. I was an announcer on the
Somebody
game.
told me they won.
I was an announcer there, and you're going to be cut off on the mic after this is done. You're so disrespectful. You're a best friend of mine, and you're talking out of where the sun doesn't shine. So we're going to have to limit you on everything you say tonight. And this time when Michael goes, are you serious? And I go by Michael. We're going to be serious. So watch yourself. Levine, the
talking machine.
Watch yourself.
I took a lot of heat this summer.
You should take heat now.
When I said the Pittsburgh Steelers had a soft and cheesy defense, I said the best they can do is become a bend but don't break defense. And Al Levine, the talking machine, everybody's talking the same way. I took a lot of heat a few years ago when I predicted that the Packers will forget about Aaron Rodgers because Jordan Love is ready to play. Don't forget they was ready to get rid of him because it was a contract year coming up the next year. The formula at the time to win the Super Bowl was get a rookie quarterback so you wouldn't have to pay him and pay everybody around him. Jordan Love, I've never seen a quarterback in a long time get rid of a ball that quickly. He could pre-read defenses. He got rid of that ball quickly, and he looked like he's completing 70% of his passes on a year. He looks like an NFL MVP.
Are you wrong about him or not?
And that's your team, Green Bay.
Are you wrong about him or not?
Huh? I was right.
Okay, just checking.
I was right.
Because I'm trying to
Just
see.
like I was right about Cam Ward and Bryce Young.
Did you say 70% completion?
Yeah.
How many percent are those lame ducks that he throws up and gets lucky? Seems like he has about 4 of those per week.
That Kraft, we ought to go to South Dakota. We
Jeez.
all should go to South Dakota. I like to visit there and bring back a tight end.
Well, you see that they were promoting. He owns a bar there, and it's a small town.
Wow.
And he
Probably
owns,
the only bar in town.
Well, it's a small town. You didn't watch any of that or listen to it, so we understand.
I had the sound down.
Well, he got a 91-inch.
Because Collinsworth was on.
He got a 91-inch TV in his room, and that's all you got there. So we understand it. All right, thanks, Smoking Jim. Your faux pas on the Bethel Park. Bad. One of your worst performances. That's out of 1,000 shows. Imagine that. All right, I'm done, Vinny. Mike Rohde, what's on your mind?
Oh, I don't want to talk about the Steelers.
That's
Don't
why
make
we
me.
brought you in.
Don't make me. All right,
That's
so
why Chip switched out with you.
So I'm watching the game,
Okay.
and I figured it can't be as bad on defense as they were the week before, right? And they weren't bad in the first half. They weren't bad. Seemed to be back to kicking field goals like they were in previous years, but all right. So, and then of course, as we all know, spoiler alert, it all went bad in the second half. To the point where I started thinking to myself, I wasn't even angry anymore. I'm thinking, okay, what's going on here? What exactly is happening here? Is it too complicated? Is it too easy? I don't know. If I see Patrick Queen and the other inside linebacker, what's Peyton Wilson, scream at each other how many times per game out of confusion, and yet I hear they're playing man defense. I don't understand what's going on here. And then it kind of hit me. You know what it is? I think that they simply don't see reality. I think there's some delusion going on, and I'll tell you what I mean by that.
I concur before you even explain.
So last year they were what, 10-3, I think, and then they lost their last 4 games, and then of course their 5th game in the playoffs, they got pretty much trounced throughout, and they said it was a collapse. I argue that because a collapse would be theoretically if you played the same 4 teams in the beginning of the year and you beat them, and then you played the same, and then you. No, those are just far better teams. Far better teams. I mean, not even in the same
Mike, I got to interrupt you 1 second. For about 10 years, I've been going, where is common sense? And we lost common sense. Then I always tell people, because they go, Al, why are you so negative about our sports teams? I go, the eye test.
Yeah. And wait, it gets worse.
So that's why I just wanted to share that we've shared this before 14 years.
So here's what they did. And again, I'm thinking this as I'm watching this debacle, just watching the whole thing come apart.
I'm enjoying how deep you're going. Go deeper.
So they decided that core team, and this was not a young, up-and-coming team. This is a core team who got basically blown out the last 5 games and decided, let's build on that core team. So they go out there and they add all these guys, because that core team who was basically aging, right, who fell off towards the end of the year, but somehow it's a good idea to go and add on to that.
I like your thinking. I'm not going to interrupt because I want to see what blanks you're putting into this.
Okay, so, and what they expected, what exactly did they expect? Again, I'll give you a different perspective. Pitt is going to play 3 ranked teams in the last month of the season. Mm-hmm. And if they lose all of those, I would not call that a collapse. Because they got a freshman quarterback, they got young players.
Who they put in after the season
started.
Right,
and they're on their way up their trajectory. So even if they lose those games, I don't consider that a collapse because it's a young and up-and-coming team. But with these guys, it was, in my mind, and I know we've disagreed, and I know you're usually right, but I got you on this one. TJ can't play anymore, my friend. And they're saddled with that for the next couple of years, and he's a ghost. I won't say he's a ghost. At best, he's playing above average. At worst, he's a ghost. He's not showing up. They've got guys they're just relying way too much on, who simply just, I don't know what it is, they just can't play. I don't know if it's just a bad mesh. We've seen it happen. We saw back in the 90s, the Dolphins put together all those number 1 picks and collapsed. Mm-hmm. The Eagles tried it about 10 years ago, and
What about the Browns?
Vince Young called them the dream
What about
team.
the Browns and all their number
Every
one picks?
time it's tried in the NFL, it doesn't work. You can buy a championship in baseball. You can't do it in the NFL. And I'm starting to really come to terms with the fact that the Steelers are another version of that, right? And to make it worse, like I said, this wasn't even a good core. It just wasn't even a good core. And, hey, a week around here wouldn't be a week around here if Mike Rohde didn't give his wisdom about the second wide receiver. Now I know they're going to solve it all by signing Marquez Van whatever Skull. Well, I don't even know what his name is. A guy who's on the couch for this past couple. He'll solve it all, Jim. But when Chris Collinsworth gets out there and said, "Well, it's pretty clear that the Steelers need some help at the trade deadline," I just laughed. I laughed. Me and Mark were watching a game, and I just laughed out loud. "Dad, what are you laughing at?" I said, "Collinsworth can see it now." All they did every time was just everybody run over to DK Metcalf. And everybody says at the end of the game when he took a swing or whatever he did, he's becoming DK Metcalf again. You think he might be frustrated a little bit? Okay, Pickens doesn't seem to be causing any problems down in Dallas because he's got a competent quarterback throwing to him and a wide receiver on the other side. Can't help but think what will be happening here if he was here. Maybe, just maybe, he'd be a little less of a nutcase because he has a competent quarterback thrown to him. And how ironic is it, by the way, that we have a quarterback finally and they still found a way to screw it up. I'd be honest with you. I've been a Tomlin fan forever, but just like the Penguins, who needed a change at coach, and they got one, and they got a guy with a new philosophy, what's going to change next year? Nothing. Now I hear they want to bring Rodgers back. Great. But what's going to change next year? It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be, it's going to be the same line. It's going to be the same linebackers. It's going to be the same defensive backfield. Nothing is going to change because they think they can win with it's just an antiquated thing. It's out of touch thinking. It's bad drafting. It's bad developing. Time for someone new. I can say that all I want. It's not going to change because Tomlin is the Pope. He's going to be there longer than the Pope is, and
he is the Pope.
Is what it is.
No, welcome to the party. But for almost 7 years, I've been saying that in my own way. Because when you don't get younger players in and you keep hiring older, retired players, guess who it reminds me of? Look at his hat.
Yeah.
I've been seeing the Pirates for 46 years. I've been seeing the Steelers for 7 or 8 years.
It's a different.
That's the mentality.
It's a different situation with the Pirates. We know that, right? Because there's such a disparity. The Dodgers are going to win again. What's their secret, Jim? Dodgers.
Ohtani.
So you can buy that in the NFL. Everybody's equal. It's just competence.
Right.
It's drafting, developing, coaching.
Yeah, but
that kind of thing.
we don't have
Steelers
that.
aren't doing that anymore.
When you have a head coach we have the historic highest paid defense at the start of the season. What does that tell you? I saw red flags like a bull.
I've mentioned this before. I'm not going to blame Tomlin. You don't blame someone for who they are. The man is not going to be a guy who's going to rebuild. He's not. Not in his DNA. I don't blame him. And that's why the Penguins moved on. That guy was not, God bless him in New York, but he was not going to change from the way he did things. Penguins knew they needed that. They needed someone to come in who would play
We
rookies.
had it with Baalsma.
And they just need a different
Brandon Mann and I
approach
talked
with the
beforehand. We had Baalsma that couldn't change his coaching style. You have Sullivan that couldn't do it.
Who's Baalsma?
You're beyond hockey, so you don't even know football right now.
And you know what? This coach, you're probably going to talk about it. I don't want to steal it.
Yeah.
But this new coach now with the Penguins,
he's talking.
Eventually, he's going to have to go. I'm not saying next year, but there will become a time when he will. And Tomlin is just past his. It's so far past.
We talk
ridiculous.
about this on the show. The average expiration of a hockey coach is 4.3 years. Yep. And we talk about that. Like NBA, it could be a year mid-season. NFL, look what happens. You all get hired to get fired. That's what people can't put in their mind.
Unless you're with the Steelers. And I'll tell you what, is whenever Tomlin does go, anybody is gonna mortgage everything they have to get that job because they know it's the safest job in pro sports.
Right.
There's a soft spot. You can't get rid of a coach too soon, and you can't keep him too long.
saying
Look at the
Brian
look at the
Kelly's gonna
Eagles.
put in for it?
Eagles had a coach, won a Super Bowl. 2 years later, got rid of him. Got a new coach, won a Super Bowl. Right? That's how you're supposed to do it in pro sports today.
Well,
and it's
one
it's not
critique
working.
of Tomlin, he reads a dictionary very well, and nobody's allowed to be smarter than him. Why don't you hire a phenom coach at 28 years old? We don't get it because you see his headset on offensive plays, and you see it off on defensive plays.
Well, but that's my point. That's not going to change with Tomlin. And
No,
for some
but
reason,
I'm agreeing
for some
with
reason,
you.
Rooney can't see this.
I'm agreeing with you, and my glasses were a little more focused before you, because I understand players should play better, and I blame coaches for pumping them up or getting them going and setting them in the right positions. We don't have that in Pittsburgh with coaches.
Well, it's less that. I'm thinking in more terms of personnel as far as Tomlin's the one who calls that roster.
Yeah.
Tomlin's the one who wanted to bring in and build on this core that
no
epically
argument there.
failed last year. He made these decisions.
I'm getting into some of
and
the
have failed repeatedly year after year.
Well, I'm getting into some of the mentality like I've talked for years. I played for nothing and was doing things that I shouldn't have even been doing. You got players that are millionaires that don't do that. So that's one of the problems with coaches putting them in the wrong place with the wrong team. And
Yeah,
I agree
something to be
with
said
you
for
on
that.
that. Yeah, I'm glad we could have that discussion and get it out there because it's frustrating watching a game like that.
You know it's bad when when Mike Rohde becomes just not interested. I'm just not excited for this weekend.
You heard it here first on Pittsburgh Sportsline.
I have no anticipation that they have any chance of winning this game on Sunday. I mean, can you imagine what Tyler Warren's going to do to them? No, I didn't go. We went to the Browns game, and then I've got tickets for the Bengals game. Oh God.
Well,
anybody need 4? Who need 4? Jim? Who need 4?
Use this cardboard. Only buy off cardboard, brother.
Well, I'm glad we could get that clarified. We got a few people watching. Susan Strandberg said that the audio goes in and out. Facebook's like that when you're on Facebook. Sometimes we have great sound here and audio, and
Switch over to YouTube, Suze.
Yeah, YouTube has been better, seriously. Yeah, even though we only got 411 subscribers, some people tell me they watch it. Your mom just said, hello to all. What a handsome panel. Watching from Rochester, New York, Nick and Peggy Rohde. We wait for that, Peggy. Our biggest fans in Rochester have tuned in. Now everything is well. And you may have known Mike can vent and rant a little bit, so we let him roll with that. And he did very well. And Teresa Mariano's here. That's Mike, not Mikey, grandmother, and his grandfather Michael's watching because Johnny told me I can mention that his dad is always watching too. So we got that covered. Bran the man, what's on your mind?
Thank you, Al.
Hold it. What do you have for show and tell? I got to interrupt you.
Once again, thank you, Al, for having me on the show.
You're so welcome.
It's an honor to be with you guys on this fine panel.
Thank you.
Little early trick or treat for Halloween. Brought in some trick and treats here. Some vintage stuff I brought with me. This is a...
Chance, get a close-up on the Wheaties.
We got a Wheaties box here. This is from the Penguins winning the 1991 Stanley Cup. Wow. This box is unopened, still has the Wheaties in it 35 years later.
Wow. That is against Minnesota or Chicago?
That was against Minnesota.
Against Minnesota.
So that was the first cup.
We can pass it on to you.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
It's show and tell.
Don't get hungry. I wouldn't recommend it.
It's show and tell.
Can I have some? Or?
No.
I wouldn't recommend it.
They're sealed. It's worth a lot of money for collectors.
I just eat pizza. I don't want to get grease on it.
The next thing I have here.
Hold on.
This is a limited edition Yarmir Yager peanut butter.
Yager!
This is literally 27 or 28 years old.
Oh, yeah,
also unopened, also signed by Yarmir Yager himself. I just figured I would show these because it's the treat type of week. And that's
you met Yager, my favorite player.
Yeah, he did. And then, Chance, can you pull up on this? This is historic.
Wow.
Between a Kit Kat and driving 100 miles an hour on Route 19, he signed it. He signed it, Smoking.
He did it on the fly.
The real fly. 110 miles an hour down 19. He only got caught a few dozen times. That is great.
So
How do you do better than that now? Come on.
So those were the tricks, and now we're into the treats. The Penguins starting this season, 10 games in, 7-2-1. Who would have thought?
New coach.
The new coach, the new system, everything is going great. It is early. Who would have thought 39-year-old Evgeny Malkin would be tied for league scoring
Not me.
with 16 points?
You see the shape he's in?
Amazing. He's not losing a beat. He is playing well. He is playing well-mannered. He is staying out of the penalty box for the most part.
Hold it. How about none of those stupid penalties
Exactly.
and giving the puck up in the middle of the ice?
Yes,
How did that not happen?
he's playing a more mature, smarter game.
Well, he
It
is
only
old now.
Took him
Yeah.
20 years, but hey, it's okay. Better late than never. Also, the team leads the league in goals. Who would have thought? The team has the second best power play in the league.
Hold it. Please repeat that because I haven't heard that in so long.
The second best power play. They have converted on 1 of 3 chances so far.
Wow.
Crosby hitting a major milestone, 1,700 points last night
The 4th fastest in NHL history.
to get there. Only
Drew
20.
asked me that my son Drew wants you to answer a question.
Yeah.
Do you think Sidney can beat Lemieux's record for playing with one team?
Well, Lemieux has 1,723 points. He is 23 points off from breaking that
Okay,
record
then his
completely.
next question is, can he beat Gretzky's record?
No.
No one.
That he is 1,200 points off of that.
Right.
That
And
that
then
is just not
I
gonna
like
happen.
trivia because I have Chip on the show. Lemieux got 1,700 points in 886 games.
915. 1,723 points.
Well, but I'm
915.
saying when he got to 1,700.
To 1,700.
886.
Yes. Yep.
Wow, that's incredible.
See, I know a couple things about the puck.
Yet alone with cancer, major back issues,
And smoking in the boys' room. But he was one of the greatest ever.
yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And he always will be. Super Mario at his finest. He's on this box. He's on the front. He's on the back.
Oh, let Chance get a shot of that for the people. Wheaties were so big back then when you made the front of the box.
Yep, if you won a title, you were getting on the box, and sure enough,
Legendary.
they got it, and that was a big seller back in the day.
And now it's on BPTV.
Also, the Penguins have had some injuries. We lost Rickard Rakell 6 to 8 weeks. He had hand surgery. We also
And
lost.
he was playing well.
Yes, he was playing phenomenal. And then we also lost Caleb Jones, who I think really turned up his game this year. But the positive out of that, they have recalled one forward and one young defenseman, Owen Pickering, and also Ville Koivunen, who I'm a major fan of. The Penguins sat their 2 rookies this year on Saturday against Columbus.
Not Burnick and Kindle.
They did. Brunick and Kindle, they both sat, and you could tell just from the game that they were slower. They were not into it. They played last night in St. Louis. It was a different up-tempo beat to the team. I think keeping them here in the youth with this core is going to be success. I've said that for 2 years now, and it's finally happening. Also,
and one more thing with Kindle, he's 18 years old.
18.
How he handles a puck and comes up ice.
Yes.
He looks like he's a 25-year-old, 27-year-old.
And that's part of the game, is it's built on speed. He's not going to get 40 goals this year.
2016, 2017.
Yes.
I'm getting flashbacks.
a game built on speed and strictly just making an effect on the ice is very big. Not everybody's going to get 30, 40, 50 goals, but just being that, it's going to take distraction, it's going to take the puck away, it's going to create awareness. It's just a major positive for this team. It's working. Also, it is too early to consider what this team is going to do, but it's the question, what if? What if? What is going to happen?
What if?
Now, a lot of people are going to be saying, well, what are we going to trade Brian Rust? Are we going to trade Erik Karlsson, Rickard Rakell, Sidney Crosby? No. If the Penguins play with the consistency they have now, those guys are not going nowhere. They're not going to make many trades at all. Kyle Dubas wants to pull off something that no other organization has. He wants to build a rebuild team with success while it's happening.
Wow.
And he's got a recipe to make that happening because there is such youth on this team that can make that happen.
Well, just with what I've seen the start of season,
Yeah,
that in itself is a Pittsburgh force.
absolutely.
Yeah, but they're blowing the Gavin McKenna
No, I know.
sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Darn it. Do you think, is this, go ahead, Jim.
Oh,
Go.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I had my hand up.
Is this a hockey question?
Yeah. Can you tell the fans a little bit about the minor league goalie that everybody's talking
Yes, that is one of the
Good
things
question.
I'll
Yeah,
actually
man.
answer both of those. I am a major Sergei Murashov fan. Major.
too.
I was really
don't even
upset
know
to
his
hear that.
name.
I was really
He
upset.
doesn't know his name.
I was really upset to hear him being sent down, but I do understand for the reasoning. So far this season, he has made 5 starts. He has a 1.4 goals against average.
Wow.
He
Bring
has
him
a-
up yesterday.
A 949 save percent
Wow.
rating. All 5 starts, all 5 wins, including 1 shutout. And that just picks up right where he was last year on 2 other minor league teams before coming to the AHL officially to start this year. He is definitely the future for the goaltending of this organization. Now, I get a lot of the Gavin McKenna stuff. I'm okay for it. I'm not okay for it. One, he's having a so-so season in Penn State so far. On top of that, I don't want to see the Penguins go that low. I want to see them have some success for the hope of Crosby, kind of like a romance story. But it makes me wonder, because I don't think Kyle Dubas is going to make any splash trades, even if the Penguins get in playoff contention. But what if, just what if he does make that one move? There is one player that has come to my attention that I am heavily circling around, because the only players that I would want to pick up would have to be 24 and younger. And that one player I would see would be Logan Cooley of the Utah Mammoth. He recently rejected a 8-year, $77 million contract, paying him $9.6 million a year. He rejected that, and he's a restricted free agent. I was big into restricted free agents this summer. J.J. Peterka, Marco Rossi, Mason McTavish. These are all players that I was hoping the
He's
Penguins
going
would
deep
get.
with us on.
Logan Cooley is from Pittsburgh, and he's going to be a restricted free agent. It's just a matter of like everything else. Are the Penguins going to have success? Are they going to play in the playoffs? Are they going to make a splash? What if?
Nice.
Very good.
And I'd say Utah, you know, it's not as bad as the NBA, but the NHL still has its haves and have-nots,
Yes.
right? And I would say Utah is clearly one of the have-nots.
Not doing
you'd have
well
to
in
You did
think
attendance.
say that
that-
perfectly.
You'd
Yes.
have to think that they, yeah, I agree with you. God, I'd love to get him. That would be fantastic.
That's the thing, is he's NHL proven, and opposed to a Gavin McKenna, you know, he had 3 goals the other night in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. He's a center. He's 6 feet tall. He's 21 years old. He's from Pittsburgh, and he rejected a near $80 million
Well,
That's how
see, a lot of
Pittsburgh
these
guys
teams,
are.
a lot of these, he's not going to go there because he knows they won't sign anybody else.
Yeah.
Right? So he knows someone else is going to give him that. And why go there and just and lose forever? Because a team like that, I mean, they didn't even have a name last year.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
So I'm
They
shocked
didn't
they
have a
didn't
name till like
get
2 weeks
folded.
before the season.
Exactly.
Right. Well, they got to sell gear, and they needed it quick.
Yeah.
No doubt. No, hey, you've added another dimension on Pittsburgh
here.
Sportsline.
Very
We
good.
appreciate
I'm
that.
way more excited about the Penguins than I was 10 minutes ago.
Hey, I've been watching them more than I've watched in the last 3
They're
years.
fun to
Yeah.
watch. Even whenever they got smoked by the Rangers, they were fun to watch.
Yeah.
The tempo is just amazing.
Well, the speed, what I've seen, is drastic.
Yes.
It's improved so much.
Yes, and that's all because of
And
a
I
coaching
watched the
change.
game smoking. I'm like, he goes, what is he talking about? We'll talk to you after the show. Just stay where you're at in your own little
And
rabbit
that brings me to you guys. I'm not the biggest football fan, but what if? What if the Steelers made a change? What if? What would happen there? Just a
I'm with
question.
you.
What
Whoa, I like that.
I'm
like
beyond the
that.
what if. I'm like,
When?
I'm ready to start
When if.
renting airplanes with banners behind them. I'm at that point.
Hey, Smoking Jim, we got to do a little NBA with Tony from Chick-fil-A. Tomlin rather be your best friend instead of being a coach. Was Smoking Jim involved in the NBA gambling scheme? Since he is a degenerate gambler. LOL. Now, everybody knows there's gambling in all the sports and FanDuel and ESPN Bet and everything else. And did you see in college, Tony brought this up, college football players have the okay to bet on NFL teams. Guess who drafts them? How are they going to stop 1,000 college kids when they get a chance to play in the NFL?
That's crazy.
You talk about what is the NCAA even thinking about?
Yeah.
Just had to bring that up. But Tony from Chick-fil-A, thanks for bringing that
I
up.
lost a bundle on the Bengals this weekend.
Well, Smoking Jim, we have a mantra on the show. You can check the film for 14 years. If you don't gamble, don't start. If you do gamble,
I thought I had a short thing.
if you do gamble, ask what Smoking Jim wants to bet and bet the opposite. I got friends that have told me they've made more money and they were like, sort of like him, betting like you shouldn't, and they make money off of what he does. Truly. I guess I got to go. What's on my mind? Well, I was in the studio the other day doing a talking machine show, and one of our producers, that he does a pirate dead and buried treasures, Eric Sproul, and he goes, "Hey, I'm announcing the football game between Bethel Park and Peters." He goes, "Would you like to announce?" And Dave's there, and he's not saying anything, and I go, "They didn't ask me. They asked you." He goes, "Oh, I played football at Cal U. I was a linebacker, had the record 16 sacks.
Wow.
I've announced football over the years, haven't done it in a while, and I'd like somebody to help me." I go, "Yeah, I'll help you." So Peters Township won the championship last year. Smoking Jim, until 3 years ago, didn't know where they were at, never heard of them. Now he thinks they're the greatest. Well, we ran into a team that's undefeated, trying to win back-to-back. They score twice as much as they allow. They have a great defense. They have a great offense, offensive line, quarterback, running, receivers. And we're in the game, and we held them to 14 points. And the Bethel Park, I give them, the Blackhawks, all the credit in the world. We did the show not on BPTV, so my first time on Blackhawk TV on YouTube. You can hear the game with me and Eric, and we had Blackhawk TV high school kids. I got a shout out to Cassie, Daisha, and Jake. They did cameras, and we won't talk about a couple faux pas. They had to get new cameras from the high school. The two girls, Cassie and Daisha, ran back to the high school and got the cameras so we could go live at 5 to 7.
Wow.
So they went out above and beyond. We got a great crew here. But I said, you guys got to come work for me for Pittsburgh Sportsline, because I've had a lot of absenteeism. And they enjoyed it, and they liked me, boosting them up. And it was a tough game to call, because we saw a couple different plays. We've talked about it, like in the first half. It showed like the team never gave up, but they never had a chance. And I played at Keystone Oaks when we were playing Upper St. Clair, Mount Lebanon, Cannon Mac, Trinity, all these teams that had classes with 1,500 to 2,000 students graduating. My graduating class was a little over 500. We barely got in, and they put us with them. The year after my senior year, they went down a class.
Wow.
So I know what it's like to lose weekly. And we had a great starting team with myself and others. We never quit. But we got manhandled quite a few games, and I saw that. I'm shaking my head. I go, I've seen this before. 51 years ago. Sorry to stutter. Actually 52, because it was 73, and I graduated 74.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, Eric wants me to do color. And when Smoking Jim announces, he's play-by-play in boxing, so I'm the color guy. And it just comes out like that. The lights are bright, so I look bright and white. But yeah, I did color, and I had so much fun there with Eric. We just did very well, and he was covering all the play-by-play and asking me with insights and all that. And I give all these kids credit. The great running back with Blackhawks, David Dennison, he got hurt in the second quarter, and he's run for 1,700 yards.
Wow.
So basically, I said, man, our offense is done. Evan Devine, the great quarterback, he could only do so much. that defense, and the line was fighting their heart out. You had guys banging into these guys and pushing them back, and it was just tough. But that defense only held them to 14 points, and it could have been even more. But, you know, it was 35-0 there, and, you know, they worked hard to get it. And I believe Peters Township, with them being undefeated and winning last year, they could do it and become back-to-back champions in 5A. I witnessed the game. I was proud and honored to be able to announce it, and good luck, and thank you all I had people coming up all the game, Smoking Jim. Hey, Machine, what are you doing here? Teachers I knew from 20 years ago, wow. They're like, you remember me? And I'm like, no. And then they told me, well, I look back, 2006, my daughter Casey graduated, so that was 19 years ago.
That's something.
So some of them are there, and my hair got a little lighter, so I'm glad they recognized me. But it was too much fun, and Black Hawk TV, keep doing what you're doing there. They just were great crew there. All right, fiction and fact from Smokin' Jim's Almanac.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. It's not too often I get to correct you, but your daughter actually graduated 20 years ago. So this class is 2026. She graduated in 06, so that's 20 years. But 19 is close enough.
No, Smoking.
Football season, it was 2005.
Well, you know, when you're talking about it, 2006 is 19 years ago with math that I did at Keystone Oaks.
She was a senior in 2005.
And six.
Season. Yeah.
And 6.
Yeah, 20 years.
19.
Levine, the talking machine.
He's wrong again. We're still in, to just correct, 2025, yes? 19 and 2006, 25.
Yeah, 20.
You're still wrong.
Al Levine, the talking machine. The one thing the Pittsburgh Steelers care about, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys are up here. They care about their brand, and they do a great job. Jerry Jones does an excellent job keeping that brand out there. The Pittsburgh Steelers signed DK Metcalf because they wanted the headlines in the offseason. Last year they signed Justin Fields and Russell Wilson because they wanted the headline. This year, no matter what, it could be another Mean Joe Green or Too Tall Jones. Al Levine, the talking machine, is still going to draft a quarterback because the draft is here. They want that off-season splash.
Yep.
Al Levine, the talking machine. I know everybody talks about Coach Mike Tomlin getting fired. I think the fans will start chanting, get rid of. But listen, wouldn't it be exciting to see Al Levine, the talking machine, the rise of Coach Tomlin, and how right now he's number 11 all time with 187 victories, although I count playoffs, 195. But let's say 187. This year he's going to go past Dan Reeve that got 190. He'll go past Chuck Noll that got 193. Next year he'll go past Marty Schottenheimer for 200. Al Levine, the talking machine, he's going to move up every year past some legends. Paul Brown, Curly Lambeau, Tom Landry only got 250 wins. Al Levine, the talking machine, I'll still say Mike Tomlin, well, let's call him Iron Mike Tomlin, will be here long enough to break Don Shula's record. And that's the fiction and fact from Smokin' Jim's Almanac. Won't that be exciting?
I don't disagree with you.
Every game he's moving up past another legend.
I don't disagree with you. He'll be here as long as he wants to be here.
With all the negative things you've said about Tomlin over the years, are you back to being friends with him? Because what did he pay you? All right, let's move on to Ragin' Roadie time in 10 seconds.
Jim, there are 2 state universities that I never want to hear another financial complaint about again. Penn State University and Louisiana State University. Because combined, they owe their head coaches, who are no longer their head football coaches, around $100 million
Incredible.
combined, okay?
Incredible.
So if I was a student at that school, what would you be thinking if you're a student at one of those schools?
You know what? I have an answer for you. I talked about this with somebody. You won't believe it. The football programs have nothing to do with the school and the
See,
students.
this is where I was going to go.
I know.
This is the same crap they feed us about putting $1 billion new airport when the old one was fine, but they can't run the T-lines anymore. It's two different budgets. Then make them the same budget.
That's why.
Who's in charge around here?
How did I do?
This is ridiculous.
How did I do? I just
It's
talked
ridiculous.
To
Oh, they're part of the. That's exactly. Thank you for that segue. That's exactly where I was going to go.
I know.
Oh, they're a different budget. Why are they a different budget? Who's in charge of this? It's ridiculous.
I got an
So
answer.
these are
Wait,
kids
I
that
got
could
an
have had
answer.
educations. I mean, listen, either one of these two coaches, I'm really hope. How can they live with themselves? Really? How can, especially if they get other jobs? Like, how do you live with yourself knowing that you're literally taking money away from other students for this and that? Oh, no, it's not, because it's a different budget.
Here's the explanation I got with somebody that worked at Penn State. They bring in so much money that's how they fund all the sports programs. And that's how it's
Pagula's
separated.
probably writing that check
No,
anyway.
But
I get
no,
it.
that's
so
how
whatever.
it's. The school doesn't write any of those checks.
I
for football.
know, but then maybe it's just
You were being very dramatic.
it's
but
just
I wanted to deal with the
no,
facts.
but I know that's the fact. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean I have to agree with it and
No,
say
you
that it
can
makes
say
sense.
you disagree with
because
that.
again, I use that airport analogy when the old one was just fine. But let's cut transit for thousands of people who rely on this stuff. Let's throw a bit because it's a different budget.
No, well, it's even worse with what you're saying. How do you cut a half dozen campuses from Penn State?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm with you.
Somebody from the new Ken, they said that would have funded us for 6 years.
Right.
And who knows? It's insane. But all I can think of those. Why did Brian Kelly leave Notre Dame? Right. That is you can't get more prestigious than that. He left there on his own accord for what? So I have no sympathy for him. Well, I really have no sympathy for him as he's just getting $50 million to go play golf. But
Good points. Hey,
whatever.
Susan Strandberg, I love it. I can only hear bits and pieces, but roadie animation is all that.
You know what? She probably heard me she lives up in DuBois in the area.
Yeah.
She probably heard me without even having the TV on.
Yeah,
so.
well, to distract a little, Jim Morgenstern, Brandon, how do you feel about the goalie situation going forwards with this start? Paul Haley, Flyers 2, Penguins 1 at intermission. All right. Any question or comment? Give us your feeling.
I'm a big-time skeptical goalie person. How do I feel about Tristan Jarry and Artur Shilov so far? So far, so good. I feel for them because the Penguins are giving up way too many shots. They've been getting outshot almost every game this season. Those guys are standing on their heads and making some great plays. I'm proud of those guys.
They are. Yeah.
I hope their consistency stays. Got to let it play out. These are guys that are signed to NHL-only contracts.
Like the Flyers are having their way tonight.
Yeah, they're up by 1 goal.
They're up by 1 goal going into the third.
That's
it
a non-hockey
won't
guy,
last.
non-baseball guy.
1975.
Yeah, no, we got that covered. Ralph Williams said hello. All right. We got to go to Brand the Man. Mike, by the way, thank you for your comments.
Anytime,
I'm
my
glad
friend.
I could serve a softball up. You hit it out of the ballpark.
It's like we rehearsed it.
It was. Here, it was on my script.
There you go.
All right, Brand the Man, this is your segment for whatever you're feeling or want to think about or say.
The only thing I want to say is the Penguins are a lot of fun to watch. Everybody just needs to enjoy the game. Whether it's getting another one of these trophies or not, it's fun. They've gotten us plenty. We need to enjoy watching this team while they're going through what they're going through and how they're playing. I'm having fun with it. They're having fun on the ice, and it clearly shows. I hope that success continues, and I'm very excited for the future, and I'm very excited for the more aspects of what Kyle Dubas has done. I feel like he's done like a money ball like
Whoa.
with this team.
Smoking Jim will have to ask you what Moneyball is.
That
was
is
a good movie.
It's a great movie, and to say that the signings
With Brad Pitt in it.
the signings they did over this summer: Justin Brazeau, Anthony Mantha, Parker Witherspoon. Justin Brazeau, he already has 6 goals and 12 points in 11 games as of right now, and that's
sign him up long term.
That's almost doubling his points over his entire career. He's 27 years old. We got him at $1.5 million this year and next year. Anthony Mantha, he's in his 30s. He's over a point per game right now too.
And he's a big guy.
And that's the thing. These guys are towers, the high tower line.
No, thanks for your comments there. We're down to about 3 minutes. No on location. Just wanted to bring up historic baseball. We know the Dodgers are going to win another World Series. They bought and paid for it. They got 2 Japanese pitchers. Smoking Jim never heard of them. And Ohtani did something Babe Ruth never did. 18-inning game, 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 5 walks, 4 intentional walks. He was on 9 times in a game.
And he has to pitch tonight.
And he's pitching tonight. Well, luckily, they reconstructed his arm, and he's a great athlete, no doubt about it. Whether his translator was gambling for himself or him, who knows? Things happen in sports. But just seeing that, in Toronto, they've been tough, and then Yamamoto, the other pitcher, this is rare, Smoking Jim, you don't know baseball. 2 complete baseball games pitched by a pitcher from Japan. So I honor and salute them, and look at, they started playing that 80 years ago, and look at their winning World Series and all that. It's just amazing to watch this type of stuff. And anybody got anything else on?
I have a question, actually, a Penguins question. Maybe it's because it's Halloween, but a lot of people are dressing like empty seats at the Penguins game. I'm really curious, but it's a serious question, though. Why is that happening? Did they jack up prices, or what's going on there?
I don't think that they have reduced prices. I think that's based on ownership. I don't think they've reduced prices just because they have 87 still on the bench. I don't think they're going to reduce them that much. No. I want to go to a few games this season. I wanted to go to the St. Louis game, but I looked at prices and I was like,
they're crazy.
Maybe.
What's the price?
It depends where you sit. They could still.
And they change them per game. They change them per game.
Yeah, more than you would pay.
I like to sit right behind
more than you would pay. So
they're expensive.
But then I've heard that a lot of the seats have been sold to corporations, and they're fans like us, and they don't want to go to the games because it costs them other money to park and other things and eat.
Yeah.
Just a beer, like you used to be a beer monster, you buy a beer, you're going broke.
Yeah, three-person seats could be $600 one night for
yeah,
tickets,
and then,
food,
and $50
parking,
for parking,
yeah,
and
for all that. It's a lot.
We know financials is sports. Watch your 90-inch screen at Smoking Jim's house. No doubt. No. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Chance. Thanks to Linda. Thanks to Michael, Marco. I don't know. We got
Mikey.
anybody else in the house?
Happy birthday, Mikey.
Happy birthday,
I hope you
Mikey.
enjoyed that cake, Michael. 16. Look out on the roads in Bethel Park. Oh, sorry. Please stay Joey strong.